Pilates. I hope, yeah, we're on. Just running a few minutes late. Technology. How is everybody today? So this week it is 7 days for Pilates Beginners Essentials. Yesterday we looked at neutral spine and standing, and today we're going to look at neutral spine on 4-point kneeling. All right, so if you're going to join in with me, I hope you've got a mat and a soft mat or soft cushioning for those knees. So let's just review why neutral spine is so important. Yesterday we looked at the fact that the core muscles work much better, support the spine better when we're in neutral. So that is, of course, true, and it rolls over onto all fours. Now, today we're looking at core strengthening in neutral. And it's so important that we do this exercise in neutral, okay, or a exercise. We're not going to do the exercise today. We'll see how we go with the time. But it's important that when we do strengthening from 4-point kneeling that we have that neutral spine. Because if we're not neutral and we don't keep that neutral spine and we strengthen the spine in a poor posture, which often happens, then that's going to encourage that poor posture when you're up and around and in your everyday normal life, okay, if life is normal at the moment. All right, so it's so important that we know. And the thing is that we're not always on all fours, so it might be a little bit harder to find. I'm just going to pop some lights on here. I think that's going to be better. Yeah, all right, lovely. So 4-point kneeling, ideally, you might need to modify if you have sore wrists. You could always roll the mat over. You could roll it over or put, there's some blocks for the wrists there that you could have, or take your weight further back onto the knees. All right, so ideally we want to share the weight 50-50 between the arms and the legs. So the arms and the thighs are vertical. The heel of the hands are under the shoulders, the knees are under the hips. And then we want to find our neutral spine. Just like we did yesterday, we can protract, retract the shoulder blades a few times and come halfway. And that would be your neutral. Neutral shoulder blades and shoulders, with the shoulder blades pulling into your back pocket, equals neutral thoracic spine. Okay. Then the lumbar spine, if we tilt the pelvis forward and backwards, all right, or it's down and up, still stay forward and backwards, come halfway, that's neutral pelvis, which equals neutral lumbar spine. So far I am neutral from top of the thoracic to tailbone. We also want to think about the head and the cervical spine, that's the neck. All right, so we don't want to be down here, just dropping down, being a bit lazy, dropping down with gravity, and we don't want to hyperextend looking here. We want to be looking directly down, so your crown of the head is facing forward, and that is just as important as everything else. So before we do any exercises here, we need to engage that core. So we're engaging the pelvic floor, belly button to spine, and just tightening there. And then the rib cage is knitted together, so we're going to breathe more to the side and back of the ribs. We'll go into breathing more another day, but I just want you to feel that neutral spine or be aware of it. Then we need to engage the muscles, otherwise as soon as we start to move the body, then we're going to lose that neutral spine. So a good way to check that the muscles are working is I'm pressing down through the back of my foot and into the shins, and the muscles tighten. I keep them tight, and then I can go into the work that I'm going to do. And those are the leg slides, which are challenging your stability and thereby strengthening your core. All right, so if you've got any questions on that, then put them in the comments, send me a direct message, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. What have I got in for you tomorrow? We're going to look at articulation. Yeah, that is it's a speciality of Pilates, and it's about the only type of exercise where we do articulation. Very, very important for spinal health, and and posture. All right. So check in with me tomorrow. Thanks for joining me, and do let me know. Say hi. Say hashtag replay if you're watching it later, or when you're always there, say good morning. That's great. All right. Catch you tomorrow.